sure I just don't have
I just brushed my teeth.
Right, you bring a toothbrush?
No, I have a toothbrush here.
You do?
Yeah, in the office.
Interesting.
Is that weird?
No.
This is Byron Lazine and Nicole White, and you are tuned in to episode 59 of The Real Word.
Word is up.
There you go, Nicole. That's your part.
It's not, but I stole it.
No, that's where you're supposed to jump in.
Word is up.
All right, so we've got a bunch of rackets happening. We've got three to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a racket that just happened to me.
We do. Well, so there's like a fourth racket, like a racket-ish.
I just get a call. I don't know if this is happening to you. If you're an agent, this is happening to you right now, drop us a comment. I just get a call, 2 calls in a row in the last half hour. People asking me if one of my listings is also for rent because they're seeing it on Craigslist.
Is it a good house?
Yeah, it's a really nice house.
Like,
really
I wonder
nice.
what it's up for rent for. Maybe it's like super cheap. Maybe that's
they're
why
like,
they're calling.
well, yeah, I couldn't believe the rental price that I saw. Like, it just seemed too good to be true.
Mm-hmm. Well, usually it is. If you think it's too good to be true, it usually is.
Stop looking on Craigslist. That's the.
I didn't even know Craigslist was still around. I feel like that's like, don't people like sell sex on there and stuff too? No,
you can get it all on Craigslist.
I've never been.
Come on, Craig, clean up your list.
I've never been a Craigslist.
If you know
visitor.
what "Come on, Craig" is from, drop that in the comments. All right, racket number 1. We just watched the Super Bowl this week.
We did. Did you enjoy it?
It was a really bad game.
It was a really bad game. I didn't.
Sucked.
Yeah. What about the halftime show? We were talking about that before. What was your?
No, I thought they should have went more big boy. You know, less whatever his name was.
Yep.
Who was it?
Adam Levine.
Adam Levine.
Yeah.
Less him, more big boy. That's what I would have done.
I like Adam. I feel like he did a lot of his like downer songs. Like I feel like I needed like tissues, and I definitely wanted him to keep his shirt on.
Keep it on.
Keep it on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think he needed to do a few more sit-ups before ripping his shirt off.
You wanted JT to come back?
I didn't
His
send
concert.
you the
Gresh
video.
just went to his concert.
I
We were
didn't
just talking
send
about
you the
Buddy
video.
Gresh.
There's a video on Instagram actually of JT. Mace surprised him at a nightclub.
Was Mace at his last concert?
He popped in at a nightclub after his concert, and like I was like, oh my, like JT like fell to the ground. I'm like, oh my, like JT and I are just like we're
Mace,
meant.
like $MA$E.
Yes,
Mace?
like 90s.
Wow.
Like if you listen to Hip Hop Barbecue, that's all that's
back.
ever on. I love Mace, and like he surprised JT after his show. It was amazing. I'll have to.
Harlem World. That was one of the
I
best
love Mace.
albums
Anyway.
in that whole bad boy era. Anyways, is right.
So the Super Bowl is over, which means
one of the biggest rackets
of
all time.
I disagree.
That you hear every single year is agents saying.
How many agents do you hear say that?
You say it a lot.
All the time.
And there's a lot of agents. We looked it up. It was like a Facebook thing.
There was a hashtag.
Yeah.
There was a hashtag.
Agents will say the day after the Super Bowl is the day you want to list your home. That's when the spring market starts.
Okay, so I wouldn't say list your house on Monday because I don't believe in listing your homes on Monday, but I do believe that the day after the Super Bowl, as long as there's no snow on the ground, is the official start of the spring market. 100%.
This is when it gets crazy.
Yeah, I mean, even Sunday was really busy for Super Bowl day, don't you think?
It was a good day.
Usually in the past, Super Bowl is such a waste.
We had a seasonably warm day. This is about as big as a racket as the groundhog out there in, where is he, in Pennsylvania?
The groundhog's definitely a racket, but he didn't see a shadow.
He's only right 40% of the time.
Well, I don't even know what he's doing.
Like, they're just all guessing.
It's ridiculous. And you would think that if he sees his shadow, it means spring is coming because the sun is out, right? But it actually is like the opposite. The whole thing is a racket. He's a racket, but this is not a racket.
This is a racket. According to Zillow.
What did you Google? Did you Google the day after?
I did a little bit of,
You did? Look at you. When did you do that?
People are saying. We can put this article up. This isn't really an article on this entire topic, but it's a Chicago Tribune article where they quoted Zillow as saying that by late March is when you want to get your listing on, and that March nationwide is the last 2 weeks of March are
Really?
the best 2 times to list your home.
See, I
according
feel
to their
like
data.
right now, like things are hopping on the market and they're selling. There's buyers out there. Like
I
there's
think-
zero inventory.
Well, here's why I think this is a racket,
Ridiculous.
because you have to go year by year. I would say that this year, Nicole, in 2019, you would be correct in your statement. List it right after the Super Bowl. You're right on the money right now. Maybe that's
Oh.
why you've been screaming it a lot.
Hmm.
Because we've got, in our marketplace, we've been on the uptick for 17, 18, and that's continued here a little bit in 19, where other markets started to pull back across the country. Connecticut was late. We also have had, to your point, no snow on the ground.
No snow.
So we've had a really mild winter for our
It
marketplace.
is only February though. I mean, I feel like February is really when
It
it
could get
starts to snow some buckets.
which
But
is what scares me about listing
it's
a bunch of
50
stuff.
degrees today. I
It's
actually rolled my
beautiful.
window down.
It's been great.
I love it.
And then the third part of that is the fact that we've got low interest rates.
Right.
So that's really in our favor. Like, if we thought in 2 months the rates were going to pop, that means people are going to be able to afford less.
I don't think they're gonna.
Yeah.
I think
But-
they're gonna hang.
So I think right now is a really good time, but I think it's case by case, year by year, location by location,
For sure.
100%.
But I do think that the real estate market begins right after the Super Bowl.
Well, Zillow disagrees with that.
Well-
Racket number 2. Should there be one single MLS nationwide? The Compass CEO says there should be. What do you think? There's only about 600. I'll give you the exact number. This is an Inman article.
Well,
and we
but
can
you
link it
gain
up.
access of all of that. You gain access of everyone's MLS. You would get. We would get access of Ohio, even though we're not
I mean,
licensed
this,
in Ohio. How
this
does that
is
work?
in theory,
Yep.
right? So, but his theory is that there should be one MLS. There are currently 634. Robert Refkin, who is the CEO of Compass, he was at Inman New York Connect last week or the week before, whenever that was. And this was his claim that Zillow and Realtor.com, they have, all
Yeah, I
the
mean that's
data,
pretty much
all the
that's
same
pretty much
complaint
like
we always
a
hear.
universal MLS anyway.
So his solution to that is to create one unified national multiple listing service.
Okay.
He also called for one unified real estate platform as a CRM. That's ludicrous. That's a big racket. You're going to tell me that everybody that's an agent should be on the same CRM of how they generate leads, of how they follow up with leads? That's absurd. I don't even know why he would say that.
I don't know, but I think the MLS thing is fine.
There should
As
be
long as I
one-
can access the MLS and I can service my clients, I don't care. But it would be kind of fun to see listings in Ohio and all. But it seems like the system though would be super bogged down.
It would be very difficult.
I mean, I don't-
Manhattan would never get on board. They don't even have an MLS to this
yeah,
day.
that is true. Yeah.
To this day, they don't have an MLS.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It seems like it would be super it just would be cumbersome.
It looks like you're in a headache already.
I'm just thinking about like
Brain freeze?
gosh, I would fall in a rabbit hole for sure. Could you imagine? Like I'd be up all night like checking out like Arkansas and
What's not a racket is that 634 MLSs certainly should be down to 50.
okay.
Meaning, why don't you have an MLS for each state? Let's start there. Okay? I mean,
Right.
we even have 3 still.
Right.
We have a couple of
Well, right, because we can't gain access to the
we have
to
a couple parts of
Fairfield.
Fairfield County that are just like, no, we're not getting on board. But most of our state now, we've gone from like 3 or 4 MLSs down to basically one MLS with 2 or 3 pockets of Fairfield
Well,
County
and our
holding out.
our state is so tiny too.
It's so tiny. It's so tiny. So,
Yeah.
I mean, Connecticut and Rhode Island could certainly be on the same MLS. There's no reason not to be. So I
Right.
think, I don't know about one MLS, but 634, that's way too many. That's certainly a racket.
What
and
do you
one
think-
CRM is that's just stupid. What I mean, everybody,
So
we're going to go to like
stupid.
some socialist real estate industry here where
Wow.
everybody has the same thing.
Tell
I mean, let's really think about that one, Robert.
Get at him.
All right, racket number 3. No, that's not it.
Are we going through a list or something? We're
Yeah,
listing.
we do. We've got a list here. So we've got a bunch of opportunities to call out rackets. Racket number 3, the 8 tips for not annoying people on social media.
Oh boy.
All right, so we're going to go down every single tip, Nicole, and you're going to tell me if it's a racket or not.
Okay.
Number 1,
Uh-huh.
identify yourself clearly.
Which means
Let them know you're a real estate agent, broker, looking for buyers, sellers. Like, identify yourself and your situation clearly to the consumer.
so that they're saying that won't annoy people? do that so you're not annoying?
Make sure
So
your
if you
profile
don't-
publicly shows your location and what you do in real estate. The first thing I do when I receive a friend request from someone I haven't met offline is to pull up their profile.
Yep.
So you get a friend request, or maybe
And
you
they don't
see a
put the
piece of
town
content,
or city
and you
where they
can't
are.
even figure out what they do.
Yeah.
There's no link. Who is this person? What do they do? Is
So
that
that
a
makes the
racket?
person annoying. That makes the person annoying?
Well, it's annoying because you're doing more work to try to figure them out. You know, that I agree. So that's not a racket because that's super annoying.
Come on.
What also isn't a
Throw
racket
Byron a
is
bone.
you
Or just
do need to
don't throw you any friend requests. I
And
mean, friend requests that sounds like annoy you. Like that's annoying.
Oh, I just don't see them. But what is annoying is the fact that if we're not giving our value proposition clearly,
Yeah.
that's super annoying to the end consumer because then they just don't even know what we're trying to. And we're not if you're trying to sell anything or if you're trying to
Okay.
promote something. I think
Okay.
that's smart.
Okay.
Number 2, remove past jobs that don't make you look good. That don't make you look good.
It's interesting because I don't know how this would annoy somebody. Like, who cares if you used to work at like Best Buy? Like, it's really.
You might have been at 5 brokerages in the past 6 years. I don't think that's something you want to promote.
Yeah.
But the world doesn't need to know that. Again, yeah, that's not a
I'm
racket.
super
That's not annoying.
confused by this headline.
Or that is a racket because that's not annoying. All right. Number 3, make real estate your number 1, but don't be over the top with your title.
Ooh.
A growing percentage of agents have side hustlers on top of their real estate career.
Like they sell like Roden and Fields.
Or side hustles.
Yeah. Don't
I'm
sell
not
Roden and
opposed to
Fields.
this. That's a
Don't-
total racket. Like, listen, if you've got other business, I would say if on your personal profile, include what you do. Like, have it all in there.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, but I think that they're saying that. But I think they're saying maybe you shouldn't be selling other things on your page because that's
Yeah.
annoying. That is kind of annoying. Just be a Roden and Fields. Although, man, do you get Roden and Fields people all the time requesting to be your friend?
No.
Oh my gosh, all the time.
That's a Nicole White thing.
I don't know. I don't.
House of Social Media.
I don't
Bill?
wash my face. Like, I'm never buying your product. I'm sure it's a great product. Although I would probably do like that lash boost, but
What's a lash boost?
it's like this stuff you put on your eyelashes to make them really long.
Ness, you got anything for that?
No lash boost.
Number 4, tailor your messaging.
Hmm.
So while Facebook eliminated the ability to view a specific friends list feed last fall, friend lists in general are here to stay. Meaning you may have a past client list, you may have, high school friend or college alum friend, that type of thing.
Okay.
And so then tailoring your message to what they're interested in. If you've got a whole bunch of UConn Husky fans or alums, right?
Right.
If you're a UConn alum,
I am.
you could tailor a message towards, hey, UConn alums, ba 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 ba.
Hey.
Then it's speaking directly to them, kind of like number 1. That's not a racket.
That's not annoying them.
It's not annoying them because if I'm a UConn alum, I am 100% interested in a message that starts with, hey, UConn alums.
You think?
Absolutely.
You are?
Yeah. But if I'm not a UConn alum, I know now I'm not annoyed because you're talking to them. I can just ignore this. I can just keep going with this little rant.
I stopped the vibrating.
Yeah, I saw that. Number 5, be prudent with invite timing. So you're putting on an event and you're going to send out some type of an invite. Doesn't make any sense. Business pages are wonderful.
Seconds after accepting your.
I got it.
So don't accept them as a friend and then invite them to like a page.
Yeah.
Well, I do that all the time actually. I get super random people, so if they're gonna become my friends over there in Arkansas, like
Send out the friend request and then just wait for them to accept so you can spam them.
But
with
I
liking
don't.
your 5
But it's only if
pages.
they're requesting me. I'll do that all the time.
Here's what you should do. You should invite people into your pages once a month, once a quarter, once you've built up a list so it doesn't look like you're doing it 2 seconds after. Yeah, that's not a racket.
Mm-mm.
Don't invite people to groups they don't care about. 100% not a racket.
No, that's not a racket at all. But I feel like
How many
everyone.
groups do you have on your Facebook right now? It's out of control.
I have a lot of groups.
I have a lot.
I don't even know the answer to
I have a
that.
lot.
I don't even know what a group is.
Number 7, be respectful.
I feel like
social media is like the least respectful place in the world.
Especially like with this wall. Someone the other day was like, Nicole, you should start the house the wall, that social media bill. I'm like, are you insane? Nope.
Be respectful. All right.
Just be respectful.
Number 8, don't be creepy.
Well, Byron just self-admittedly that he was being creepy by stalking people's Facebook pages to figure out where they lived.
Yeah, that's not creepy.
It's
That's
super
like
creepy.
normal, like information gathering,
Okay.
scouting. Now, what do I mean by that?
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
I had a good friend from college message
that was
me
on there.
last week asking why a couple older real estate connections of mine asked to follow her on Instagram. Dude, this happens all the time. This actually happens all the time. You're friends with somebody, right?
Yep. Mhm.
That you are authentically friends with
Right.
online, and then they go down your friends list and just start adding everybody on your friends list for no reason because they know you. You never seen that play?
No.
That's a creep ball status.
I do become friends with people, though, especially on Instagram, because if you're commenting on something, I can see that you're commenting on it, or it pops up.
Yeah,
I don't
listen.
know. I don't know. I didn't like that. I think that whole thing was a racket.
That
in
whole
all
thing was
honesty,
a
it was
racket?
so. I feel like I'm asleep. That was horrible. It made no sense.
Here's the biggest tip I can give you for social media. You want to annoy a certain percentage of the population because that means you're putting out a ton of content. You want people to get annoyed that you're putting out so much damn content because if you're putting out enough, some of that is going to get to the right people if you're being very specific on who you're sending that message
And not
to.
annoying people.
Right. You're going to annoy some people. You're not
all
going to
the
go
time.
100%.
Of course.
All right. Drop us a comment. Let us know what is annoying you
Ooh,
right now
good question.
on social media. See you guys next week.
Bet you it's Roden and Fields.
Keep it real, folks. Keep it real.
Keep it real.